nurses, midwives, and top-notchers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So maraming salamat po sa mga nagla-like at nagko-comment and nag-subscribe sa aking channel. And kung hindi ka pa po nakakapag-subscribe sa aking channel, just click the subscribe button below and i-click mo na rin po ang ating bell button for more video updates. So, our topic for today is all about your neonatal jaundice or yung tinatawag natin na hyperbilirubinemia of the newborn, okay? If we say neonatal jaundice is the yellowish discoloration of the newborn right after birth or 2 to 3 days after birth. So, in your neonatal jaundice, we have two types of your neonatal jaundice, the physiologic jaundice and the pathologic jaundice. So if we say physiologic jaundice, nurses and midwives, physiologic jaundice is the normal jaundice. So kaya siya tinawag na physiologic kasi normal po itong jaundice na to. So it is the jaundice that occurs after first 24 hours of life. So ibig pong sabihin yan, itong jaundice na to ay hindi mo makikita sa loob ng 24 oras, kundi makikita mo po ito after 24 hours of life of the newborn. So, the onset of your physiologic jaundice is 2 to 3 days. Kadalasan makikita natin to at the second or third day of life of the newborn. And it peaks at 4 days. So, it peaks at 4 days because bilirubin is at highest between 3 to 5 days of life of the newborn. And it should disappear 5 to 7 days of life. So, kailangan mawala din po yung ating yellowish discoloration 5 to 7 days of life. And pag sinabi naman po natin pathologic jaundice is the abnormal jaundice. So it is the jaundice that occurs within the first 24 hours of life or during the first 24 hours of life of the newborn. Again, so if we say physiologic jaundice is a normal jaundice. So normal jaundice occurs after first 24 hours of life. So after 24 hours is a normal jaundice. But if the jaundice or the yellowish discoloration of the newborn occurs or seen or visible within the first 24 hours of life, that is termed as the pathologic jaundice or the abnormal jaundice. So one of the reason kung bakit nagkakaroon po tayo ng pathologic jaundice is due to your RH incompatibility or meron tayong ABO incompatibility. Okay? So yan po isang reason sa ating pathologic jaundice. So in your neonatal jaundice, the yellowish discoloration of the skin and the sclera or the white part of the eye of the newborn is the main sign of the neonatal jaundice. Again, so the main sign of your neonatal jaundice is the presence of yellowish discoloration of the skin and the yellowish discoloration of the sclera of the eye or yung white part ng mata ng bata. Okay? So take note also, it is a common board question that neonatal jaundice first becomes visible in the face and the forehead of the newborn. So that is an actual board question and that is being asked last July board exam. Again, neonatal jaundice first becomes visible in the face and forehead of the newborn, followed by the trunk and your extremities. So, pati yung toes nila o yung kanilang paa ay nagkakaroon din ng jaundice discoloration. So, take note, nurses and midwives, that identification is done by pressing or blanching the baby's forehead or nose under natural light or white lights. Again, so paano mo daw ma-identify kung merong jaundice yung baby? So you can identify jaundice by pressing or blanching the baby's forehead or yung ilong ni baby under a natural light or white light. So pwede po tayong gumamit dito ng ating fluorescent light na puti. Wag lang yung ating mga bulb watch na kulay yellow. Bawal po yun kasi dapat natural light or white lights po yung ating gagamitin. Then next, aside to our physical assessment findings of your jaundice to the newborn, we have also this diagnostic test to confirm your neonatal jaundice. So we have a blood test to check the total serum bilirubin level of your newborn. Again, so it is a blood test to check the total serum bilirubin level of the newborn. And take note, nurses and midwives, that the normal values of your total bilirubin ranges from 0.3 to 1 milligram per deciliter. And the normal direct bilirubin level should be less than 5 milligrams per deciliter within 24 hours of birth of the newborn. And remember also, midwives and nurses, that if the newborn is born premature, the newborn's liver is also immature. So take note that liver plays a role in the conjugation of your bilirubin. So from indirect bilirubin to direct bilirubin. So from indirect bilirubin, the glucuronil transferase enzyme of your liver will conjugate it or convert it into a direct bilirubin. So take note that liver plays role in the conjugation of your indirect bilirubin to direct bilirubin. bilirubin. So, always remember nurses and midwives that indirect bilirubin is the bad type of your bilirubin. So, itong bad type na bilirubin na ito is free-floating lamang po yan sa ating blood and nagde-deposit po yan sa skin causing your pigmentation or jaundice. Okay? And the worst is kapag ito ay nagkaroon ng excessive deposition sa ating brain known as the kernicterus. Okay? Kernicterus is the excessive deposition of your bilirubin into the brain. Okay? So again, pag sinabi po natin indirect bilirubin, that is the non-excretable form of your bilirubin. And pag sinabi naman po natin conjugated or the direct bilirubin or the conjugated bilirubin is the excretable form of your bilirubin. So maganda po yung ating conjugated or your direct bilirubin kasi na-conjugate na po yan. So pwede po yung ilabas ng katawan ng tao. So pwede po siyang lumabas via the stool or via the meconium of the newborn and via the urine of the newborn. So excretable form is the conjugated or the direct bilirubin, while your non-excretable form is the unconjugated or the indirect bilirubin. So, i-watch out natin kapag meron po tayong more than 12 milligrams per deciliter of your bilirubin. Kasi doon pa lang dapat, dapat is medyo nawawarn ka na yung ating jaundice is nagiging severe na. Pero kapag ang bilirubin niya is tumaas pa more than 25 milligram per deciliter, it will now leads to kernicterus or yung tinatawag natin na excessive deposition of your bilirubin into your brain. And it causes cerebral palsy, deafness, and brain damage. Okay, tandaan niyo po yan. It causes brain damage kapag nagkaroon po tayo dito ng excessive bilirubin deposition sa brain ni baby. Again, so pag sinabi po kasi natin bilirubin is the byproduct of your hemicatabolism or yung ating RBC destruction. Okay, so si baby kasi nagkakaroon po tayo ng excessive RBC destruction at birth kasi mataas po yung kanyang RBC nung pinanganak siya. Okay? Pero ibang usapan na po yan kapag si baby is na-expose sa ating RH factor ni nanay, which is nagkaroon sila ng incompatibility or tatawag natin na RH incompatibility or yung meron tayong blood type incompatibility. So ibang usapan naman po yun at yun po yung nagkukos ng ating pathologic jaundice. So what are the treatment of choice for your neonatal jaundice? So depende po kasi kung ano yung severity ng ating jaundice. So kapag ito ay physiologic jaundice, the primary treatment there is breastfeeding. Okay? Bakit breastfeeding lang? Breastfeeding kasi your colostrum of your breast milk will help the excretion of your bilirubin into the body kasi nga yung colostrum ng breast milk ay meron po itong purgative property kung tawagin natin. Okay? Purgative property will help to expel the meconium so that bilirubin can be excreted via your stool. Okay? So, how about kapag ito naman ay pathologic jaundice? Kapag pathologic jaundice naman po ang ating problem, we have your phototherapy or yung tatawag natin na Billy light. Okay? So, the Billy therapy or the phototherapy is the use of your artificial blue light. Okay? Exposure of the newborn to an artificial blue light para ma-mature po yung ating liver, para mag-increase po yung ating glucuronil transferase enzyme sa kanyang liver. So, ang tatandaan po natin dito kapag ang babies nag-undergo ng phototherapy or Billy light is our ABCDE mnemonics. Okay, so tandaan nyo lamang po yung ating ABCDE mnemonics kapag meron po tayong newborn na nag-undergo ng phototherapy or Billy light. So, para mas madali nyo pong intindihan or matandaan. So, we have your ABCDE mnemonics for the phototherapy, Billy light, nursing, or midwifery actions. Okay, so letter A, always assess the skin turgor and temperature every 2 hours. So, take note, yung light source natin ay pwede makadehydrate kay baby. So, kailangan natin i-maintain yung 12 inches distance from the light source to the newborn. So, letter A is assess the skin turgor and temperature every 2 hours. And letter B, breastfeed the baby every 2 to 4 hours. So, tatanggalin mo si baby doon sa ating Billy light or phototherapy for breastfeeding every 2 to 4 hours. And kailangan ma-feed mo po si baby up to 10 to 12 times in a day. Tandaan nyo po yan. So, 10 to 12 times in a day dapat nakapagpa-breastfeed ka sa newborn. And letter C, cover the eyes, cover the breast, and cover the genitals with diaper. So, yung eyes niya, it should be covered by an eye shield or an eye patch. And yung breast naman niya, i-cover din natin ng patch and the genitals should be covered with diaper. Okay? So, kailangan i-cover natin ang genitalia niya para ma-prevent po natin yung priapism kapag lalaki. Okay? Kapag priapism, that is your painful erection to the newborn kapag priapism. Again, so cover the eyes, place eye shield or eye patch, and also with the breast and the genitals. So, the genitals should be covered with your diapers. Okay? So, letter D, we have your letter D. Don't forget to turn the newborn every 2 hours. So don't forget to turn the newborn every 2 hours. So frequent positioning of the newborn every 2 hours if the newborn is under the phototherapy or Billy light, para ma-prevent po natin yung ating maceration of the skin that causes your bed sores. Okay? So letter E, we have your expect a yellowish or bright green stool and a transient discoloration of the skin known as the bronze baby syndrome. So lumabas po yan noong 2019 board exam. So bronze baby syndrome is the transient discoloration of the skin of the newborn. And tandaan nyo na ang kanyang stool is nagiging yellowish or bright green na. Kasi nga doon na po na-excrete yung ating bilirubin. Again, so expect a yellowish or bright green stool and a transient discoloration of the skin of the newborn known as the bronze baby syndrome. Okay, so yun po yung ating mga nursing interventions or midwifery actions for the newborn under phototherapy. The ABCDE mnemonics. And addendum lamang po kasi lumalabas din po ito sa ating board exam. So, we have your breastfeeding jaundice and the breast milk jaundice. So, ano pong pagkakaiba ng dalawang yan? So, breastfeeding jaundice and your breast milk jaundice. So, ganito po yan. So, pag sinabi po natin breastfeeding jaundice is also known as the not enough milk jaundice. So, not enough milk jaundice. So, from the word not enough. So, the number one reason kasi ng ating breastfeeding jaundice is due to the inadequate or your insufficient milk intake of the newborn. So, kulang-kulang sa pagpapasuso. Kulang-kulang sa breast milk si baby. So, hindi siya nakakapag-ingest masyado ng breast milk ni nanay. So, tandaan nyo, kapag nag-decrease ang milk intake ni baby, mag-i-increase ang circulating bilirubin niya sa dugo. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, that your breast milk contains the colostrum. And colostrum has a purgative property. So, pag sinabi po natin purgative property, it helps the excretion of your bilirubin. So, it helps the excretion of your meconium that will help the excretion of your bilirubin. Again, so breastfeeding jaundice, treatment is just to ensure adequate breast milk intake. Kasi ang cause naman niya is inadequate or insufficient breast milk intake. So, the treatment here is just ensure adequate and breast milk intake of the newborn. And kapag sinabi naman po natin breast milk jaundice is the normal extension of the physiologic jaundice of the newborn. So, normal extension po yan ng physiologic jaundice. And kapag sinabi po natin breast milk jaundice, the common cause of your breast milk jaundice is the presence of your bilirubin inhibitor present in the human milk, and that is the pregnadiol hormone. Okay, so the presence of your pregnadiol causes your inhibition of your bilirubin conjugation. So prevent kasi ng ating pregnadiol yung conjugation ng bilirubin. So the presence of pregnadiol in your breast milk causes your breast milk jaundice. So pag meron po tayong breast milk jaundice, you must stop breastfeeding temporarily. Okay, tandaan niyo yan. Stop breastfeeding temporarily para hindi po ma-ingest ni baby yung pregnadiol hormone. Kasi pag na-ingest ni baby yung pregnadiol na present sa human milk, it causes your inhibition of your conjugation of your bilirubin sa liver ni baby. Again, pag ang problem is breastfeeding jaundice, continue breastfeeding. So, kasi ang breastfeeding jaundice, ang cause niyan is the inadequate or insufficient breast milk intake ni baby. Pero, kapag breast milk jaundice na ang problem ni baby, stop breastfeeding temporarily para hindi po masuso ni baby yung pregnadiol. Kasi nga, yung pregnadiol na yan yung substance na meron sa human milk that will inhibit the conjugation of bilirubin. Again, so that is the difference between your breastfeeding jaundice and your breast milk jaundice.